What's up, vapors? Thanks for checking out Daily Vape TV. My name is Nick, and it's Fresh Build Friday. That's right, it's that time of the week again where we get you ready for the weekend with a brand new coil build. So I know it's only December 1st, but I decided to spruce up the office with a little bit of festive cheer. I hope you guys enjoy that. And I had a question for you guys before we get started with this video. What do you do for the holidays? How do you celebrate? Personally, we all get together, my family and even my extended family all get together for a little bit of a cookie swap. We bake cookies and we just trade them all, so we end up all going home with a big tin or two of Christmas cookies. So I just had that question for you guys. Make sure you leave a comment right down there in the box below and let me know what you do to celebrate. So as I told you guys at the beginning of this year, Fresh Build Friday is kind of my way to give you my first impressions of devices and RDAs, RTAs, that kind of stuff that I get in during the week. And it's just a way for me to give you my thoughts on it and show you what the build deck looks like and how difficult it is to build and wick and all that stuff before I get to the final review. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Lucid RDA from Tenacious Texas Vapes that I got at Vape Showcase Dallas. And I'm really excited about this one. So without further ado, let's go ahead and grab our wire, our mod, our tools, our wick, our juice, all that good stuff. Let's go down to the close-up view and build it up. Alright guys, as you can see here, this is the Lucid RDA that we're going to be building on today. I picked this one up at Vape Showcase Dallas, and I've been really looking forward to building on this thing because it has a very unique build deck, which you'll see in just a second here. And there you go. If you want to pick one up for yourself, it's tenacious-texas-vapes.com. So let's go ahead and get started here. I've got these. This is obviously the, if my camera will ever focus, there we go. Some more Coilturd alien sticks. This is 3 strands of 26 gauge wrapped in 36 gauge. So really looking forward to trying these ones out. I absolutely love Coilturd's coils, man. These things are a breeze to build, and his sticks are just so super clean. Gotta love it. So let's go ahead and get started here. Let's bring in the old ohm reader, and we'll show you the deck first, really, because you guys got to check this out. Let's just pull the top cap off. There we go. So that is the build deck. It is quite unique, I gotta say. It's meant for vertical coils. Now, question for you guys, when was the last time you built vertical coils? I mean, personally, I don't tend to build them very often because, I don't know, I just really don't need to in this day and age, I guess. I don't know, but what about you guys? Let me know in the comments box below. All right, so we've got our 2 sticks of alien wire here, and I'm gonna shoot for probably 6 wraps. I'm probably gonna end up using the whole entire stick, so let's go ahead and find out here. We've got the 3mm bit on our little coil jig thing here, so let's go ahead and get building. Let's see, get the right angle and the right pressure, and you should be good to go. So let's see, that's 1 wrap. 2, 3, 4. These are really rigid. 5 and 6. Now with vertical coils, these are meant for the leads going opposite directions. So you got to make sure you have the correct amount of wraps on the top that you want. So I actually have to do 1 more wrap to make it a full 6. Or I guess it would be what was it, 6/7 wrap? I don't know. There's an old school, kind of old school, I guess, way of looking at it where you count the wraps on the top and the bottom, and then that's what your coil is. So kind of a different way of, you know, thinking about it. But what I'm shooting for is this right here. This is a 6/7 wrap coil. So you have 6 showing on the top and 7 on the bottom. 6 full wraps, 7 half wraps, basically. So there we go. Let's go ahead and make ourselves another one of these coils. And here we have the finished product of our coil building process here. And one thing I absolutely love about these Coilturd sticks is that they don't unravel. No matter how much tension I put on that wire as I'm wrapping, the ends don't fray and you don't end up with a wiry mess at the end parts there. So that is awesome. You know what? Big ups to Coilturd for getting those just right. I absolutely love it, and it makes for an easier building process. So onwards, let's go ahead and figure this thing out here. All right, so let's get the building process started here. And one thing I noticed while undoing these screws is that these posts are spring-loaded, so it's that much easier for you to trap that wire under there without having to, you know, shake it like that to get these things to move or anything like that. It's just really super easy. So should be a fun process here. Let's go ahead and just align our coil. And it looks like you can pretty much just drop it in there basically. Let's see about this side. This one's kind of different, so I'm gonna have to probably get it underneath first. Plan of attack here. Get it underneath there. Yeah, that'll probably work eventually. Let's do it this way. Maybe if I come at it from this direction. Oh, there we go. Okay, got it. All right, so once I stopped thinking about it too much, I got it no problem. But that way, this top lead that goes over the top there actually kind of holds onto the whole coil. So this is centered, as you can see right now, but what I'm going to do is tighten it down and move it out to the outside a little bit more. But that's kind of cool. I really like the flexibility with this build deck here, though. You can really do a lot of stuff with it. So I'm actually going to tighten this one down right now and just see if I got the spacing right. So here's our little progress report. As you can see, I've got the coil nice and aligned. It's kind of facing the outside of the deck where the juice well is, so wicking shouldn't be a big issue there. And with that, I think we'll just trim our excess wire off and install the other coil. And there we have it. Honestly, very, very simple coil build. I really like how this came out because it's that nice little double barrel look to the top of this thing. I know exactly how I'm going to wick it. It's just going to be a little quick U-bend right over the top there, and I think it's going to work just nicely for, especially when you're just dumping your juice right down the top there. It's going to be able to soak in. Oh, it's going to be great, guys. I am excited. Let's go ahead and get this thing all tuned up here. All right, so let's see what it measures out to. Holy crap, 0.08, 0.07. Oh, let's hope I have enough power for this thing here. 0.06, oh boy. All right, well, you know, let's hope these jump up a little bit. I'm hoping for around 0.1. 0.06 was a little bit low for my liking, honestly, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we'll get these glowing up real nice, and then we'll be able to just do our little pinch technique here. Just like that. Like that. Just strum them a little bit. That usually helps. Okay, we're up to 0.07, and the coils are barely even warm, so I've noticed that you really have to get these things hot in order to really get the full potential out of them. So I might have to move over to the mod sooner than later, but let's see what we can do here in the meantime. Just kind of do the little pinch and pulse thing that we normally do. So I hope everyone's having a fantastic December so far. I know we're only in December 1st, but with that, you know, I'm looking forward to Christmas. Hopefully you guys are as well. I don't have anything, you know, major planned, just going over to the family's house and hanging out with them, having breakfast. We actually stopped giving gifts a long time ago, but in actuality, that kind of saves me a lot of stress during the holidays because it's not about the gifts for me. Honestly, it's about the family time, and that's what I really appreciate because I don't get to see my family as often as I should. All right, so progress report. We are up to, no, now I've got an overheat warning, so you know what that means. It's time to move over to the mod. All right, so now we've got on the old Basilisk mod that we just reviewed, so let's go ahead and pulse these out a little bit more. right now it's reading 0.1, and I'm pulsing it at 87 watts. I feel like the final wattage will be a bit more than that. So let's just go ahead and get these all fired up, firing nice and evenly. Shouldn't take too long. Yeah, I think we're almost good already. I know it's hard to see from the top-down view what they look like while they're firing, so let's just go ahead and do this. There we go. And this one's looking good. It's this one's that's giving me a little bit of a headache here. Alright guys, we got both barrels firing up nice and evenly here, so let's just let these suckers cool off a little bit, and then we are ready to wick it. Alright guys, I've got it cranked up to 100 watts. It's time to see some vapor production, and you know what I've got to say, the wicking, not the easiest. Definitely ran into a challenge there, but you know what? It's all in the name of science, so let's go ahead and fire this thing up and see what we got at 100 watts. Whoa! Wow, that's a pretty angry coil right there. What? Well, I'm pretty anxious to try this thing out, so let's go back to the main screen, have a quick vape on this thing, and we'll talk about it some more. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the build section of the video. Now let's talk about this Lucid RDA here, and I gotta say, it's a really, really good vape when you actually get it working right, but one thing that I ran into was the wicking factor was a little bit difficult. It's super, super easy to build, which definitely scores a lot of points in my book, but the wicking factor is definitely an issue for me. I've never really enjoyed wicking vertical coils. It's always been a huge challenge for me. I'm the type of person that goes back and forth with the tension on their cotton for a few minutes before I get it just right. You know, you always just have to get that perfect amount inside the coil itself, and then I always end up thinning out the ends of the wicks to make it, you know, just a little bit fluffier. So as far as that goes, the wicking factor on this one did take a little while for me to get, and I actually had to re-wick it after I went back from the close-up view. I was getting a vicious dry hit for some reason. I really couldn't figure it out until I took out the wicks, and I found out that the coil shifted a little bit and it caused a hot spot. So really take your time wicking it if you plan on getting one of these things. It is a little bit of a challenge, but honestly, in the end, it definitely makes it worth it, because now all I have to do to drip on this thing is go right down the tube here, and I could just fill it up with liquid just like that, and I'm good to go. As far as the vapor production is concerned, as you can see, you can make some pretty decent clouds with this one. I've got it set wide open on the airflow, and there's actually two different airflow options with this one here. So you have this slot here right at the bottom, which you can fully adjust, and you can even close it off all the way if you wanted to. Then you have these two holes lined vertically right there on the actual barrel section. Again, you can fully adjust them to your heart's desire. And with that, I mean, that's definitely something that you can totally customized to your liking. If you want just the bottom and just the top hole open, you can do that. If you want both holes open and the bottom closed, you can do that, and any other variation of those. And I find that wide open right now at 100 watts, it's giving me just the right temperature. I'm getting plenty of flavor with this one, and I'm really happy with it. Speaking of flavor, today I'm vaping this Dixon's cider from Doughboys. This is basically an apple cider donut, which is a huge hit in my part of the country. I'm from New England. You got to appreciate a good cider donut from time to time. And with this season, it's starting to get cold. build, and I absolutely am loving this flavor right now. Especially on this build, I find that the flavor is definitely top notch. I really get the kind of whole sort of sensation. You get the little bit of apple flavor, and then you get the cinnamon, and then you get that kind of donut pastry sort of base, and it's not quite an apple pie, but it's not quite a full-blown donut at the same time. So as far as I'm concerned, the mix is just right on this one, and with the way I have it set up right now, it's giving me full-blown flavor. So as far as the last couple of things that I have to mention in this little first impression of the Lucid, the cap is on the thicker side. It's probably about 2 millimeters thick, and the overall dimensions appear to be about 25 millimeters in diameter. So with that, it tends to heat up a little bit faster than some other RDAs out there on the market. And if you rock this thing above 100 watts, it's probably going to heat up your mod as well. I feel some kind of residual heat going on the Basilisk, and that's definitely coming from this RDA. The cap itself is on the warmer side even after a couple of rips. So yeah, it tends to get a little bit warm, but it's not something that really overly concerns me whatsoever. And the only other thing I have to mention is this drip tip is 810, so you can fit whatever drip tips you want that you have lying around in this thing, and that's definitely something I can appreciate. So that about does it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this. Don't forget to click that notification bell right next to the subscribe button if you want to be alerted whenever I upload videos. I really hope you guys enjoyed this new sort of format that I've got going on. I want to change things up a little bit, and I want to show you guys the latest and greatest in vaping technology before I get to my full reviews. So just let me know what you think right down there in the comments section below. Also, let me know what you think of the Lucid RDA or anything else you guys want to discuss. Don't forget to check out the description of this video. That's where you're going to find the advocacy and my social media links. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and as always, vape on.